Okay, you can see it is difficult sometimes to use the internet and some special platforms to create a presentation, but we hope it will be good. So I want to introduce you the German team. It is Andreas Klein, me Anna Klein, and we have also another researcher, but she's still at home. Her name is Svenja Schmitz. Yeah, she couldn't come because of work. We are a little sorry about it, but okay, we try to give our best to present it to you. And we also have some experts with us. They're sitting in this direction, and we will talk about them later in our presentation. So, as you can see, there was our research in Germany, the JobNet project for us. It was very nice to do it, very expressive. Okay. And Andy, he will start talking about young people in Germany and about their situation on the labor market and how their life will go on.
Yeah, but we have to wait for the process.
It's every time the same. Waiting for Prissy.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk about the situation of the young people in Germany, and I will start with the situation of the employed young people, because this is also interesting. And this is the first graphic. It shows the development of what young people in Germany do after finishing their school. Sorry, that is in German. So the purple one shows the young people who start studying. The green one shows the people who wants to reach the high school degree. The blue one is the group of the people in the so-called dual vocational system. We'll talk about it later. And the red one are the people in the so-called transition system. Transition system means, in the transition system are the young people who didn't find a training place and haven't gone to school for 10 years, because this is the minimum in Germany. And they have to do educational programs to get a higher level. But the problem is that we think that the young people are just parked in the system, so it's not a big help for them. And you see that the trend in Germany is that the young people want to reach a higher degree, and there are less people in the transition system, but as you see in the next graphic, it shows the exact numbers of the people, what the people do after finishing the school in Rheinland-Pfalz, which is our region. And you see that there are still more people in the transition system than in the school system. And school system means people who studying or try to reach the high school degree. And there are more people than in the school system. But the biggest group are still the people in the dual system. And we have an expert with us. It is Kim. And he's an expert because he learned the job of a carpenter in this system, and he wants to talk about it to you.
Hello, my name is Kim Michelt. I'm 21 years old, and I have done an apprenticeship as a carpenter in the dual system in Germany. And I want to present you this. And it starts you have to search a company where you can do this apprenticeship. And then you have to work 3 times in the week. And at 2 times in the week you go to the school, to a special school, where you learn the theory of this job. And you earn circa in this job 300 euro in the first year. You have to absolve 3 years in a normal apprenticeship in Germany. At the second year, you only have 1 day of school per week, but all 4 weeks you have 1 day more, or 2 days. And you earn a bit more, but I think 20, 40 euros. And at the last year, you only have 1 day at school and 4 days in practic work. And at the end, you have some exams in theory and in practic, and you are possible to work in this job. You have this qualification, and you know this practice, and you can start at work. That's the normal way, and it's the same like other apprenticeships. It's painter or butcher, something like this. And if you have questions to this topic, you can ask me.
I have a question concerning dual system.
Yes.
As you say, it's 3 years. Yes, it's correct. And what are demands for entrance? 10 years education, yes?
In the normal way, you have done 9 or 10 years of school before, but it's a question of this ask of company. You go to a company, and if they say it's okay, come to us, you not really need it. It's more, you have more to speak with them. But normally you need 9 up to 10 years. I have done 10 years of school before.
So, and the second detail concerning proportion of job and school. You say first year 3 plus 2, 3 days job and 2 school, and last year 4 days, yeah? And what about second year?
In the second year, I have told you, you have 4 days of work, 1 day of school, but all 4 weeks you have 1 day more in school.
What do you mean? 4 weeks you have more?
At one time in the month, you have 2 days at school.
And then what subject in school you should to learn? It depends on your employer, on your own choice.
Yes, it depends on the profession you have learned in the workplace. It's.
I do understand. And what is the outcome? You receive some diploma and the profession, is it correct?
Yes, you have the first degree. It's called Geselle. I think it's a journeyman in English. I'm not sure. And then you have the chance to do a master in this job. After this, if you want, it's not so cheap, and it needs some years. And then you are more qualified, but you don't get already a job because you are too expensive for many companies. But you have other options and more skill.
So then, what it cost for companies, and who is paying this cost?
The companies have much to pay for these people in this apprenticeship, and their idea is they pay the first year. At the second year, you earn some money for them, and at the last year, you only earn. That's the theory. But
so
it's
first year
based on
they
the
are paying, second year you receive salary, yeah?
No, okay, I try to explain it. The first year, the young person is working, of course, it receives a salary for the whole 3 years. But the first year, the young person is just a factor of cost for the company. So the company needs to pay him. And the second year, the young person is still so good, so it can receive money for the company. So the company has a working craft, a really young person who can really work for them and who is not just costing money, but it is also earning something for the company. And the third year, the young person is so well educated that the company can make profit out of it.
Profit like from any employed person,
yeah.
Is it correct?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but I would like to ask one additional question. Yeah, you see, and if we're following your figures, yeah, does it mean that this dual system is the most popular system in Germany?
It is the most popular, and yeah.
How long this system already has been introduced? Since what time?
Since what time? I think it is since a long time, maybe since the 60s.
60s, I think.
Okay, we always had the dual system. We can't think of another time.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
see.
it is like it is basic for Germany. That's why we are always surprised that none other country has this system.
I see. And about transition system, something
Will be later.
will be
We will be explaining.
so thank you so much.
No problem.
So, thank you, Kim.
Kim, come back.
Kim,
Kim.
you're not ready.
It's not so easy, Kim. We'll still interrogate you. I'm interested to know how many go from finishing the apprenticeship into full employment with that company, because in my country, apprenticeships are often seen as cheap labor, and then at the end of the apprenticeship, bye-bye, you know. So.
It's possible to get this job in this company, and it's also possible to get a job in another company, but the most people have done this apprenticeship, it's the same like me, began after this to make school to get a higher qualification. We have saw this on this map before, because you earn not much in this part of work, and it's a very hard part of work. And the most people like me, I am done my A level at this time, because I don't work my whole life as a carpenter, because I earn at the end I think 1,200 euros, and in Germany you don't can live with a family for this money. It's not possible, and that's the reason why all people go to school or to university. Yes, but it's possible to work in this job. Many companies searching for young employed people, but no one wants to do this. One more ask.
May I ask just one question? A very short one. I wanted to ask you, are you supported from your company as in those this type of work and employment? Are you supported for your continued education?
When I after I done this apprenticeship, they asked me if I want to work there. That's a kind of support, but I don't interesting. And during I do this, they help me with some task in school or by work. And I've learned many from these guys, but I don't want to work, and
You're just educated.
in this part of work.
That's a normal German guy.
But sometimes you have also the Okay, but sometimes you have also the possibility to get a higher school degree and still working for the company. That is still an option in Germany. Some more questions to Kim? He wants to talk it. Okay, so thank you, Kim. So this is the situation in Rheinland-Pfalz, our region, but it's just normal. As you see in the next graphic, it's all the same in Germany. The biggest group is in the dual system, and yeah, not many differences. But of course, we still have a problem with youth unemployment, and yeah, we have these are the rates in Germany. We have a youth unemployment rate of 5.4%, and I think it's interesting to see the differences between West Germany, 4.7%, and East Germany, 9.2%. Yeah, but the youth unemployment rate is very low. But why it is so low? For example, I have to talk about the definition of unemployment. You are just unemployment in Germany, for example, if you are not older than 65. Okay, in case of youth unemployment, not so important. But you, for example, have to register yourself as unemployment. So you are not automatically unemployed if you don't have a job, so you have to go to the job agency and have to register yourself. And you are not unemployed if you have a short-time job or a job with bad conditions. You are not unemployed. Or you are not unemployed if you are a student or pupil or you are in the transition system. And yeah, that is the reason because the youth unemployment rate or unemployment rate is so low in Germany. I think the statistic is a little bit faked. It's not so low as all people talk about it. And there is the problem of image of efficiency, and Anna wants to talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. There is a kind of image of efficiency that German people, and especially young German people, wants to keep. So they will decide if they were unemployed, they will even decide to go to the university to have one more studies, to make one more bachelor degree, then to register as unemployed. Because it seems to be you are not efficient, you are no good worker. Work is very important. I think it is also a question we need to think about, that we define our personality over work. Okay, but I think that is too much. But just think about this. Klick mal weiter. Now I want to talk about the output of our research, and I want to give you some interesting overviews of, first of all, of the opinion of young people, and then of the opinion of experts and NGOs in Germany, and then we will finally conclude everything in some best practices in Germany, where we all, yeah. So, first of all, you will see a piece of one of our videos taken with Eva. These days, you really have to reach the high school level. So many young people, and even if they do it, then somehow, you often hear that in many areas no jobs are free. Then the young people have to afford more and more. Yes, Eva is a student of biology in Germany, and she is talking about demotivation at school for the young people in Germany. And yeah, we'll talk again later about the educational system. There we have also problems. And sometimes the pressure of the young people is so hard. You need to pass your A level. That is in a way obligatory. And so there is sometimes, after passing these A levels, if you didn't fail, over hasty choice of studies, and you are not really happy with your choice, and you need to change, and maybe you won't change, and then you need to work in a field that you don't like. So there is a certain problem for the young people. Now we will see another video with Anna. She is a teacher at primary school, and she's... Oh my God. The chances to find a job are very, very high. Especially for primary school teachers, the labor market is totally over. Halt mal an, ich erkläre vorher was und dann lassen wir es laufen. Okay, I will explain first, and then we will hear Anna. She is a teacher at primary school, and she's talking about the situation for, especially for primary school teachers in Germany, to get a job, and that is very, very difficult because the labor market is totally oversaturated with especially primary school teachers, because everybody in Germany thinks, oh, what can I do? Okay, let's be primary school teachers. It is nice, all these little children. Okay, I will choose this. So yeah, and of course, it is impossible to have so much because thanks to the demographic change, we have not a lot of children in Germany. So yeah, it is like this. So, and yeah, if you get a job after your 1 year of practice in school, you get a job as a teacher, but you need to quit the job before the summer break, and then you need to register as unemployed for 6 weeks for the summer break, and then you can be employed again, yeah. so far about that, being a teacher in Germany isn't good at all. So. Yes, and we will see another person, another young person. Yeah, you already saw him, it is Kim. And yeah, he also talks about the dual system, like you already asked him about, and he's also mentioning that he won't start to work as a carpenter after finishing his apprenticeship because he wants to earn more money for less work, so he goes to university. That's all. Okay.
The craft in Germany isn't attractive. You work a lot and hard, but you don't earn much. For example, if you wanted to start a family, you would have to do a lot of overtime to get enough money. That would limit the free time enormously. Now, I made my high school degree and want to go to university later. And that way, I will have the chance to get more money for less and easier work.
Yeah, less and easier work. That's what all young people want. Yeah, we will continue now with the experts and NGO in Germany. And first of all, there will be a video about Professor Dr. Stefan Sell. He is a labor market expert in Germany, a very famous one. Yeah, and he will talk about also about the transition system and about how to take young people, put it there and let it there.
I hope so.
Employment, at least in the official numbers, is so low is due to two things. First, we have in Germany, especially in comparison to the current crisis countries in Europe, a dual system of vocational training which should not be underestimated. The crafts in Germany, for example, have provided professional training to millions of young people. Second, only the official number of unemployed young people is low. Especially in our region, it is often said that we do not find young people for many professions as in the hotels and catering industry or for bachelor or bakery.
So there's one problem mentioned. We have less young people for the apprenticeships and also for the university, but we have a lot of young people parked in this transition system, and we need to take them out of it and to make them able to go to the different other systems because we really need them as workers.
Where working conditions are hard, but often we don't count these young people as unemployed. In the past year, despite the alleged lack of trainees, 270,000 young people entered the so-called transitional system. This means that they had a career preparatory, a school degree, or a higher school degree. These people will therefore be parked in such activities or courses, sometimes for years. We must be clear about this. However, these young people will naturally not appear in the statistics of youth unemployment.
Yes, so as Professor Dr. Zal mentioned, we have too many young people at this transition system, although companies are still looking for new workers and new young people. And of course, the young people who are in the transition system don't appear in the statistics, so the German statistics seems to be very good. Yes, now we want to hear the opinion of a social worker. She works in our organization for the Kompetenzagentur. And the Kompetenzagentur, we will also mention it as a kind of best practice at the end of our presentation. And yeah, she is talking about her view to the reasons of youth unemployment, why it happens in Germany, and where is something wrong in the structure of education and what we need to change. So I hope it will work.
From my perspective, should centralize these education systems.
Ja, das ist so ein Schlitt, den er weitergemacht hat.
The system is so rigid that only a certain percentage of people are successful, and the people who fail fall out of the grid. We work with these young people because we can't miss anyone due to the demographic change.
So we need every young people because of the demographic change, and so we need also to take care about people who are named like youth with further opportunities. But this group is it is very big in Germany, and also very big in this group of young people who are unemployed. But we need to mention that this group is concerns a lot of different young people, and it don't depends on the social status. If you are if you belong to this group of youth with further opportunities, they can be rich, poor, everything. But yeah, so we will see another small interview, the last one, I think. It's Christoph Fehr. He is a social worker in one big city in Germany, in our region, in Mainz, and he works with young people on the transition between school to work. So he helps them to facilitate this way, and he also sees where are the problems for the young people and how we can change, how we can solve these problems. So we need to bring politics and government and all these responsible people together to solve these problems. Yeah, and now we will hear something about his opinion.
But we have the problem that we do not get a group of young people in training. This is a very stable group. These young people are disadvantaged and therefore solidified in youth unemployment. Because of the structure of unemployment in Germany, I think, we do not get this large group in the labor market, who are often unemployed for years.
Yes, so we also need to work with this group of youth with further opportunities to integrate them to the labor market. But first of all, we need to, to give them a positive construct of their life, to give them a certain self-confidence, to develop the personality so they can know who they are and know what they want, so they can just go on in their life. And about that, the Kompetenzagentur works with these youth with further opportunities, especially, not just, but you can go there whoever you are, but it is especially for these young people. And yeah, we will mention it now in our final best practices. Yes, first of all, Andy.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the dual system, and we think it's one of the best practice in Germany because of the combination of school-based and firm-based training. We think it's a very good combination because you learn theoretical and practical knowledge. And I had a kind of confirmation for myself yesterday in the evening because before I fall asleep, I watched the news in the German television in my room. By the way, thank you for the hotel for this possibility.
Thank you for the sauna.
Thank you. And they were talking about the big meeting yesterday of the prime ministers because of the youth unemployment. And after that, they talked to an Italian expert, and he was talking about their system. And he said that their system is too academical, and they have the problem with too less practical knowledge, and they want to change their system. For example, like the system of Germany. And that was for me a very good confirmation for this morning. Okay.
Yes, another best practice is the Kompetenzagentur. And yeah, it is the special thing on the Kompetenzagentur is that it is a linking part in the system. So if you are young and maybe you are unemployed in Germany, maybe you have problems with your family, you want to move from your home, you have problems with drug abuse, all these things that can happen. You need to go to the drug abuse place. You need to go there to consider whatever. You need to go to one other place to get money so you can move out of the house of your family. You need to go to another place to get a job to the job agency. So there's a lot of different and difficult systematical things you need to do in Germany to solve your problems. And if you are young, you cannot do this because your head is full of other things. And so the competence agency, there's just one person you go to, and this person will help you in all these needs you have. They will tell you, okay, let's go together to the job agency. I know there are some people, and I know this guy, he's here, he's quite nice, so you can talk to him and he will solve your problems. So I think this competence agentur, it's working, it's called case work they do with these young people. And it is very important for Germany to solve also these problems about youth unemployment. Yeah, and of course the competence agency also bring politics and strategics and important people with the young people together to really change something in the system. But if you want to know more about it, we have our experts with us. Klein, she will talk again later about the Kompetenzagentur. She's sitting over there, the nice woman with the black hair. You're welcome. Yes, and the Kompetenzagentur, there is a kind of special sentence for them. It's take them by the hand, lead them and let them go. So you take the young people, you lead them, and then you let them go to their own life. Okay, now I want to mention a last best practice. It's about non-formal learning programs in Germany. We have, for example, national programs like FSJ or BUFTI. It is about volunteering work in a social field for 1 year. You can choose the field, you can choose the organization where you want to work. You get a little salary. You are not really paid, but you get a little pocket money. So you finish school, you can do this year of orientation for yourself to find some new contacts, find some new people, find out what you want and what you want to do in your life. So this, I think, are very good programs to give young people a kind of self-confidence and a kind of orientation in the labor market, and they can get to know some special and important persons. Yeah. And we also have a lot of international programs in Germany, especially NGOs are doing these international programs, like, for example, JobNet. It is an international initiative for young people also in Germany. We can take part of it and we can have a real output out of it. And the Kompetenzagentur, for example, it makes all the international exchanges with young people or exchanges in Germany where we are visited by maybe some people from Great Britain, from France, from Poland, from Hungary, from all over Europe. So it makes the young people think another way, a different way, makes their view more open. Yeah, and also it is good for the mobility of young people so they are not that close. Okay, it's just Germany, it's just my city, it's just everything is shit and I cannot go through it. So their view becomes more open and they can act in a different way. And the last thing I want to mention, just because Petra will mention it again, is entrepreneurship. That is also something very new in Germany. And if you get in touch, for example, with people from Great Britain, a lot of young people in Great Britain, so I made the experience by myself, they do this entrepreneurship. And they will tell you, yeah, I have my own company, I did this, and I did something with IT. And you are totally surprised as a German girl, oh, what the fuck, he's doing something by himself and he's 18 years old. Oh my God, this is something really new for German young people, but I think it is something that needs to go to their mind. And Petra, she will talk about it again. So I think these are our best practice summarized for you. And thank you for the attention. Now we are ready. Some questions? I hope not. Oh my God, a question.
Now? Okay. You said that the definition of unemployed person is one critical point.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask for youth unemployment. Is Germany tracking records about net population? It's not employed or in education or in training. It's youth population between 16 and 24 years old.
Can you please ask me again? I'm not sure
like
if I
a
get the
transition model. So, is Germany tracking, statistically tracking numbers on net population? It's not in employment, not in education or in training. Out of system, yes.
out of
I don't think so.
Not in studies, not in job, not in...
I don't think so. But
Maybe I can say something to that.
But then what you...
She will
what you
explain
mean
it.
with- what you mean with this transition system? Transition from... to-
Okay, we will explain it later, but you can ask the...
Yes. So the transition system is something you go to the job agency, and the job agency doesn't have a real job for you. They put you somewhere in a training where you learn how to write your CV. Then you go back to the job agency because you finished this training after like 2 months. Then you are during you're doing this job training, you are not unemployed because you're doing something. Then, after those 2 months, you don't do anything anymore, so you go back to the job agency, and then our job agency has to, in between 6 weeks, they have to give you another training. So you're not allowed to do nothing. Yes, there is. These are the young people who don't go to the job agency because they are not registered. So they stay at home or maybe they go to another place. So this is the transition system, but there's also the transition system is called like you finished your secondary school, then you don't find an apprenticeship or you don't want to do an apprenticeship because you don't want to work hard. So and then you go to another school, but but your goal or your target is not to get a higher qualification. You just stay there. You go there so you don't have to do anything else because as long as you go to school, job agency or nobody else will bother you. Then you're doing something, and like Anna said.
And you are not paying for other trainings, other education. That's the system of Germany. If you are young and in the system, in free model system, you are not paying for other services in your education and training. Okay.